Hey guys, it is me, DrShereffaClarke, and it is Live Your Life Friday. You guys, it has been a great week so far, and I really hope that you guys have been having an amazing week this week. Now again, it is Live Your Life Friday. First off, anyone who is a new subscriber, I would like to thank you for subscribing to my page. For my returning subscribers, thank you for watching my videos. If you are new to this page, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the notification button. And of course, go ahead and drop a like on this video. And if you have any questions about anything we talk about, go ahead and drop some comments in the comment section or ask your questions in the comment section below. Now, again, it is Live Your Life Friday, and we're going to continue on from last week Friday. Last week Friday was Walking in Your Purpose Part 1. Now this week, it is going to be Walking in Your Purpose Part 2, but it is also going to be turning your fear into faith. So we're continuing to walk in our purpose, but now we know what we want. We know what our purpose is. We know what we've been called to do. However, we have this fear inside of us that is literally preventing us to do that. It's keeping us from taking that first step off. So now we have to turn this fear that we have inside of ourselves into faith. Now, I do have a couple of scriptures I want to quickly read here. And the first one is going to be Mark 11:24, and it says, I tell you, you can pray for anything, and if you believe, you have received it. And then also Matthew 21 verse 22, you can pray for anything, and if you have faith, you will receive it. So Mark 11 verse 24 and then Matthew 21 verse 22. So basically, both of the scriptures are saying that if you pray for something, all right, and as long as you have faith in what you're praying for, you will receive it. Now, it didn't give us a timeline because, as we all know, when you have faith, faith doesn't work on, okay, you pray for it right now or you get it right now. No, it's going to be based on God's timeline. However, his time is always perfect. So if you pray for something, if you believe in something, as long as you have faith, you're going to receive it. Now, when you're trying to walk in your purpose, or when you're walking in your purpose, a lot of times we have fear inside of us, like, you know, am I going to be good at this? Am I going to be capable of achieving this? Am I going to be successful at this? For example, just simple for me, with me starting up, you know, speaking to you guys here on YouTube, it was a fear process initially, because if you guys really know how long I've been planning on doing this and wanting to start this up, it's been a hot minute. And then one day I was like, you know what, Shereffa, enough is enough. This is something you've been wanting to do. Just go off and do it. Go ahead and start it and just keep it moving. You know, there's going to be bumps along the way. Just keep riding the waves until you completely figure it out. So that's where it come from. That fear have kept me from starting this. I think the initial idea came into me maybe about two and a half years ago. So about 2.5 years ago, the initial thought or the initial idea came in for me to start my YouTube page. And as you can see, we're in now, 2018. And I really legit pretty much started this about 2 months ago. So we're in the middle of June now. So basically in April or so is when I really committed to say, okay, I'm going to start this and I'm going to do this starting now. Now imagine, had I turned that fear into faith 2.5 years ago, probably where I would have reached at this point. So you cannot allow the fear of not succeeding at something, the fear of wondering what somebody's going to say, what people are going to think, from keeping you from doing this. Because I tell you, even with me starting this and me doing it now, if you know how much negative feedback I have gotten from different sources, if I was a different person, I would have been like, man, I'm not going to do it because so-and-so said this or so-and-so said that. But no, I'm going to do this because I have a purpose. I have multiple purposes, and one of them is to speak to you guys and get this information out to the masses. You know, every week that I come with a topic, anything I talk about is something that comes into my spirit that I've prayed about, and I ask God to say, hey, you know, what message you want me to bring across, whatever it may be. And that's how I operate on my weekly basis. So again, back to walking your purpose. I kind of went off on a tangent, but yes, when you are walking in your purpose, it doesn't mean that you won't get scared along the way. It doesn't mean that obstacles are not going to arise up that, kind of make you kind of put your foot on the brake a little bit. No, it doesn't mean that those things are going to happen. Why? Because we are human. Things are going to happen, but you have to not allow these things to stop you dead in your tracks. You have to be able to continue to push through. Like I told you guys last year, you got to push through whatever it is that is obscuring your movement. All right. So take a look at these scriptures. I'm going to put the scriptures, link them inside of the description box. Now, again, this is actually from the New Living Translation Bible, where I got the wording from, because I know sometimes, the King James Version is not all that people, it's hard for them to read it. So sometimes I like to, when I'm explaining something, I like to use a New Living Translation so that, the words are not mixed up and everybody's getting a clear-cut view of what the scripture is actually saying. Now, again, if you have any questions about as far as when you're doing this journey, when you're deciding to walk out on faith and doing what you feel you have been called to do in this inside of your spirit to do, if you have any questions about basically some of the steps that I took to basically come out and live my life, like walking in my complete purpose, I am a chiropractor, if you don't realize from my previous videos, and that road to become a chiropractor was not the easiest of roads, but I knew that that was one of my callings, and I stuck to it, and I was successful in it. I did well in school. I passed my boards. I was practicing, taking care of patients, doing the best that I could, and treating patients, and like loving on my patients, and making sure that they're getting quality care, and their feedback, my patients' feedback is all that I needed to know that I was doing what I was called to do, because of how they received me, or how they, at the end of their treatment or during their treatment, they're explaining to me how well they're recovering, and just how gentle I am, or just my bedside manner, so to speak, also. So the journey to get there was not an easy one. The journey to get there, I was told by plenty of people that, I wasn't cut out or good enough to be a doctor. Oh, yes, blatantly, verbatim. I mean, they didn't mix their words. They said point blank and the period. Shereffa, I don't think, you'll be good enough to be a doctor. I was like, what? I was like, okay, bet, So I walked in my purpose, because that was one of my purpose that God had in my life. And I walked in it. And despite how rocky the road was, despite how nights I probably didn't sleep, nights I was up studying till God knows how long, and the different things I had to endure to get to that point, it didn't stop me. Why? Because I knew I was walking in purpose. Yes, there was things that was fearful along the way, but I kept on doing it. I kept on pushing. I kept on striving. And I was successful at the end. I graduated. I think I was 27. And by the time I was 28, I had my own practice. No, I wasn't even 28 yet. Nope, I graduated when I was 27, and within 6 months after graduation, I had my own practice, something like that. Yeah, 6-7 months, and I didn't even turn 28 yet. So I graduated when I was 27, and I had my own practice by the time I was 27. And why? Because again, all those things were faith-based. Walking in my purpose, utilizing faith to do everything. All right, so you guys, walk in your purpose. Again, if you have any questions about the steps that I took to overcome a lot of this fear that I had, whether it was when I was starting up, going to chiropractic school, deciding to start my chiropractic business, or even now as I'm doing a transition in my life, starting YouTube, or some other things that I'm working on. How did I overcome that fear, walking in my faith? If you have any questions, go ahead and drop the questions inside of the comments. I will definitely be sure to make sure I'm answering them. Okay? Because again, we all have a purpose on this earth. God has given us all a purpose. And sometimes it takes a while for us to figure it out. Sometimes we know right off the bat what these purposes are. But if we do not walk in faith, we will never come into our purpose. So in order to walk properly into your purpose, you need to first turn that fear that you have into faith. Believe that what God has called you to do is right. Believe that you are able to do it. Believe that you're capable of doing it regardless of what people say. Because people are going to say, people have mouth. Mouth is made to talk. Mouth is made to say whatever they want to say. Okay? So don't worry about someone's mouth. Think about what's inside of your heart. Think about what your heart is telling you. Think about what God is saying to you in your spirit. And that's how you're going to move. Because people could talk all day, all night. It's not going to change the price of rice. All right? Your purpose is still your purpose. And they could talk to their blue in their face. It's not going to change anything. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. And have faith that you're able to accomplish whatever it is that God has in store for you. Again, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight. But you need to trust the process. Always trust the process of whatever's God bringing through. Remember, He's never going to put more on you than what you could bear. And He's never going to bring you to a certain point just to leave you there. Thank you again for watching this video. Again, make sure, if you have not done so, subscribe, hit the notification so when I post a new video, you will be able to get it. Go ahead and like. Right now, I'm doing I'm gonna be doing at least my Live Your Life Friday videos every Friday. I'm gonna upload a new video every single Friday. And as I go forward, I may do other types of videos on different days of the week. But for now, definitely you're gonna get a weekly upload every Friday unless the Lord says the same and it's outside of my control. But other than that, you'll be getting a new upload every Friday. Again, have a blessed day and walk in your purpose. And go ahead and turn that fear into faith. Talk to you soon.